Hi, I'm Joy.
Hi, I'm Lorraine.
And this is Girlish Gurus. And Lorraine, why are we here?
We're here to talk about mid-lifestyle topics for women who are 45 and older to help you live your best, healthiest, and most fulfilled life. We're also going to have lots of fun along the way.
Be sure to stick around until the end for fun announcements and goodies you won't want to miss.
So let's get started. We look like those that monkey. What is that? The sock monkeys? Aren't these the colors? Isn't this the color of the sock monkeys?
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. You're a sock monkey.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of paper rustling in this one because I got so many notes.
Oh, are we starting now? Okay.
I guess so, if you're ready.
Okay. Can you see all of my notes? Because I got a fair number of them here. Let me just make sure I got all my notes organized. This one, Lorraine, has a lot of interesting researches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where is it here?
And you may have a lot of editing to do on this one as we go searching through notes.
Oh, it's all right. Okay, is that it? I think I got 3 of them, right? You sent 3, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I think we're good.
I'm going to start with the UCLA study, I think.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Are you going to explain why we're wearing these fantastic 70s?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to start with that, or how is that going to go?
Well, so I'll start. Well, before we get started.
Okay.
All right. In case you're wondering why we look like total idiots here.
Hey! I don't know about you, but I don't feel like an idiot at all. Okay, so you ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Girlish Gurus. I'm Joy.
And I'm Lorraine.
Ooh, Lorraine, what are we talking about today?
Okay, before we get started, stand up.
Oh, I gotta stand up.
Just a little bit.
Wait a minute.
Just a little bit.
Yay!
So yeah. we are actually recording this during American Heart Month, which is so important, especially for midlife women, right? We're big supporters of Lifeline screening. And as an affiliate for them, we always recommend women get peace of mind, right, with those screenings. So I thought I would get us these little sweaters to celebrate, but also because this episode is about girlfriends, and girlfriends need to look out for one another. And what better way than to encourage them to get their hearts checked, make sure that everything is healthy. So that's why we're wearing these shirts for American Heart Month. Of course, we always put the link to Lifeline screening in our podcast notes, so you can check that out. But we always recommend that women get peace of mind by getting those screenings done. There are 5 screenings, and Joy and I both have done them. Look for that video.
Oh yes, it's on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Please go check out our YouTube channel, see the extended version of this episode, and see these. They are actually quite stunning, these sweaters.
They're comfortable too. It's very comfortable.
I feel like I'm back in the 70s.
Right. It's like a retro sweater.
Yeah, it's very retro.
But the reason we are trying to pay attention to our heart health is because it is the #1 cause of death for women in the United States. And oftentimes the first symptom might be a stroke. So so we want to get that checked out, especially midlife women. Stay healthy and take care of your girlfriends.
That way you can live your best, happiest, healthiest life. Yes.
Yeah. So let's get started. So this episode is all about the science of girlfriends, or women supporting women, gathering with women. And the main, I guess, focus and theme that runs through it is the Tend and Befriend study that they did about women.
So this actually came as quite a surprise, because the underlying idea about how we respond to stress has been something you and I have talked about quite a bit.
Hmm.
And okay, I'm not the sciencey one. That one's Lorraine, my favorite
Just a
number.
little bit.
That's not my area of expertise. But we have talked a lot about stress response
Hmm.
because that's something that's intertwined with your vagus nerve and just your overall health and wellness. And
Yeah.
Lorraine wrote a great book about the vagus nerve fix. Also, go check that out. Very, very good stuff in there. But so I believed in the parasympathetic versus the sympathetic nervous system model. Like I understood, okay, that's what we've got to work with. And it turns out that might not, in fact, be the case. So if you're looking for a big aha moment here, you got one coming. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And really, this is how girlish gurus even came about. Is girlfriends supporting girlfriends, wanting to spread the word, wanting to inspire other women, encourage other women to find that group of women that can lift you up, lower those cortisol levels, and help you live the longest, healthiest life that you
Mhm.
possibly can.
Yes. And
Yeah,
happiest life. Yes.
happiest life.
Hmm.
So I guess we'll get started with the study, that UCLA study that was done. Get those glasses on,
Yeah,
Joy.
I gotta let me put on my peepers here.
So we picked three different articles. We actually had like a list of many articles because lots has been written about this because there is scientific research proving that women gathering really does provide longevity for women,
Hmm.
healthy longevity. So, a landmark UCLA study suggests friendships between women are special. Now, we didn't need a study to tell us that. We all know that, right?
Right.
But they shape who we are and who we are yet to be. They soothe our tumultuous inner world, fill the emotional gaps in our marriage, and help us remember who we really are. Scientists now suspect that hanging out with our friends can actually counteract the kind of stomach quivering stress most of us experience on a daily basis. So, if you want an easy way to reduce your stress levels, grab a girlfriend and go get a cup of coffee, right?
Yep.
So, a landmark UCLA study suggests that women respond to stress with a cascade of brain chemicals that cause us to make and maintain friendships with other women. And it's a stunning find that has turned 5 decades of stress research, most of it, not surprisingly,
Hmm.
on men.
Hmm.
Another diss to women, right?
Hmm.
All the studies are always on men.
Now we're not men hating, but I'm just saying that's the
No,
truth.
no, it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with men. It has to do with the medical community.
Yeah.
Well, I guess both. So they've turned this research upside down. So until this study was published, scientists generally believe that when people experience stress, they trigger a hormonal cascade that revs the body to either stand and fight or flee as fast as possible, explains Laura Cousin-Klein, PhD, now an assistant professor of biobehavioral health at Penn State. It's an ancient survival mechanism left over from the time we were chased across the planet by saber-toothed tigers, which they always use that analogy, right?
Hmm.
Now the researchers suspect, though, that women have a larger behavioral repertoire than just fight or flight. In
Yeah.
fact, says Dr. Klein, it seems that when the hormone oxytocin is released as part of the stress responses in a woman, it buffers the fight or flight response and encourages her to tend children and gather with other women instead, which is the tend and befriend
Befriend.
response.
Hmm.
Yeah. What do you think about
Yes.
that?
Well, like I said before, I was blown away by that. I mean, I
Yeah.
had no idea. That's not true. That's not true. I did know inherently that women have a broader repertoire when it comes to emotions and
Emotional responses.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's not a surprise to me. And obviously, women tend to be the nurturers, but the
Right.
scientific evidence of that is it's always gratifying to have confirmation that something you intuitively know is true scientifically.
Yeah. Backed by the
So
science.
this has been really kind of a little bit of a mind blowing topic.
And actually, as it relates to that, in that medical jargon one that we picked to go through, they actually said it could be like if you go back to start a time. No. If you go back when there were the hunters and gatherers, etc., when the men would leave to go hunt and whatever, the women were left to fend for themselves, right? So they still had to protect themselves from predators. So in that regard, they had to kind of come together to form those bonds to protect their children, to protect their I guess what would you call where their settlement, their
Well, yes, their community,
mhm,
because sometimes they were nomadic. And actually, the original farmers were women, because while the men went off to hunt and do whatever, the women would stay behind to protect
mhm,
the community. And that's how they transitioned from being nomadic to being communal, and farming grew out of that.
mhm.
And so, food production, all of those things, women perpetuated and cultivated.
And actually, another thing they talked about in that same little excerpt from those studies, not only did they have to protect themselves when the men left, but they also had to protect themselves from male aggression within their community. So they had to bond together to actually protect themselves from male aggressors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something that we can all speak to today still.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the discovery of this is back to the UCLA study. The discovery that women respond to stress differently than men was made in a classic aha moment shared by two women scientists who were talking one day in a lab at UCLA. And there was a joke that when the women who worked in the lab were stressed, they came in, cleaned the lab, had coffee, and bonded. So this is what Dr. Klein says. And when the men were stressed, they holed up somewhere on their own, like isolated. And so she commented one day to her fellow researcher, Shelley Taylor, that nearly 90% of the stress research is on males, and showed her the data from her lab. And the two then knew that instantly they were on to something, that they then had to really do the studies on women.
Preach, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
That's just like talking about, oh, the appropriate dose for that medication is so many milligrams, right? And all those studies were done on men. None of them were done on women
right.
who have a totally different physiology. Yeah, it makes perfect
I
sense.
know. I like how she states this because it's like when I read it, I'm like, yeah. She said very quickly, doctors Klein and Taylor discovered that by not including women in stress research, scientists had made a huge mistake. Literally like laughed out loud because I'm thinking about all the things we've talked about, all the research that's been done on hormones, even, right? The research done on hormonal health for women initially was done on men. So the fact that women respond to stress differently than men has significant implications for our health. Hmm.
I mean, come on, you know?
Yeah. She said that more studies are needed on oxytocin and the whole tendon befriend. So, but thankfully they've begun. So they're doing more studies on that and the effect it has on women's health.
Well, and they go on to talk about, is that this article, or I don't know, we have a couple of good ones, but
Yeah.
they go on to talk about how that oxytocin has a calming effect, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And so estrogen promotes that while testosterone tends to shut it off.
Right.
So that's why men, and this is in the longer, more sciencey article, which yes, I read it.
I,
Okay. Do I understand it entirely? Well, actually, this one, yeah. What I don't understand like chemical sciencey type stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But so in that paper, they talked about that's the reason why men tend to go off and make more competition driven choices that are more selfish to a certain
Right.
extent. And women go in the opposite direction. They look to see, okay, well, how can I bring my community together and promote the community when
Yeah.
they're in that situation? Yeah.
I like this also. So, in these studies, study after study has found that social ties reduce our risk of disease by lowering blood pressure, heart rate, and cholesterol. And so, like Dr. Klein says, obviously, It shows that friends are helping us live longer,
I mean, come
right?
on.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that too in the episode about itchy eye, itchy go. Oh, I never get that right.
Ikigai, Ichio,
Yeah, that's the one. Well,
something like that.
right. Well, Japanese culture has community built in, and longevity springs from that. And
Hmm.
so that's part of their purpose. That's part of their why every day is their community. And they cultivate that as part of their longevity. So, yeah, that's a cultural thing too. Some cultures have already figured this out, like
Yeah.
people who are in the blue zones, which we
Yeah.
talked about at length as well.
Yes.
They've
Yes.
already figured out that community supports longevity.
Yeah. And conversely, in one study, researchers found that people who had no friends increased their risk of death over a 6-month period. In another study, those who had the most friends over a 9-year period cut their risk of death by more than 60%.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we heard all about isolation, especially after the pandemic and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and all the health issues that that caused for people. And it was never more prevalent than during that time, where you really saw when people were isolated the effect that it had on them. I love the fact that after a while, so I have to tell you today, you know how we're always talking about there are no coincidences?
Mm-hmm.
Today, when I was getting my hair done, Brenda, who does my hair, hi Brenda, she listens. She said, and she had no idea that we were doing this episode today. I was looking at notes and stuff as I was like having my hair done, but she had no idea. But she said she wanted to invite me to come to her home to talk to a group of women. She said she belongs to this women's group called The Table, RDU.
Hmm.
It was created after COVID, I think in 2022 or 23. And it was specifically so that women could find other women to befriend and come together as community. And I said to her, I said, you're not going to believe what we're talking about today. And I said, this is just like serendipity that you brought this, and that these are some of the women that she wants to invite for me to come and speak to. And I was like, I didn't even know this existed. She sent me the link for it. And I just thought it was so wonderful. There's like a community board where they can connect and get together for coffee and meet new friends if they're maybe isolated or whatever. And it was like just the perfect thing.
That is amazing. I've never heard of it.
No, no. So you and I are going to get involved in it because I just think it's fabulous that this woman came up with this, and it's somebody she personally knows that created it.
Hot dog.
And
I
it's
love that
called The
idea.
Table.
The
The
table.
Table.
Okay, the table RDU. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. And by the way, your hair looks fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Very
A
nice.
few highlights today. But
Well, it looks good.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
she does a good job.
Yeah.
She's coming
So,
to Sedona too.
oh, well, okay. So this is an opportunity for us to talk about that.
Yes.
One of the things that you and I have been working on, and we've talked about it on our platforms, is the retreat. We actually did an episode. I was like, I don't know, it was last year or the year before. I can't remember. We're getting long in the tooth, Lorraine. We've been around for a while, so now I can't. They kind of get moved around in my brain. We did an episode about what happens when women gather, and we've got
Mhm.
so many great stories about the retreats that you've done thus far. This is our first set of retreats that we're doing together this
Yeah.
year in Sedona. We are also doing our part to provide a platform where women can join a community.
Yes.
So please go check out our Facebook group.
It's called Girlish Gurus Glamorous Getaways.
Haha. Yes.
But it's more than that. It's really community and women being able to share like what's going on in their lives if they want, but also hearing all about what we'll be doing as a group for women because we're just so passionate about that women need that space to share to, especially for women who may not have time in their daily lives, right? For friendships, to take that time to go away, come back a new woman because you'll experience wonderful connections. We have women that have come on every retreat that I've done who have become friends and coming back to with us to Sedona, a couple of them. Hi, Fran.
Yes, she's delightful,
Yeah.
particularly. Yes.
So,
They all are, but we love
yes,
Fran.
and we
Yes.
would love everybody to come with us.
Yes. But
because
part of the reason why we do that is because we're trying to create that community and that platform. And there's so many different ways you can do it. But this is just one opportunity for like-minded women to get together who are in
yeah,
our age demographic and, just enjoy being together. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shameless plug for the retreat there.
Well, it's not, I mean, yes, but but I feel it's like so important. I really do. I did it. I went, how I met Leslie, who I did the retreats with before, was I went on one of her retreats, and that was the first one that I ever went on. And I went with my sister-in-law. Not only did I bond with my sister-in-law, who I had never really traveled with alone before, but with other women on that retreat. And there was one woman in particular who traveled, and she was a little bit nervous about coming in the beginning, and she had never traveled abroad before. She almost didn't come. She was at the airport and almost turned around and went home because she was so nervous about it. But by the end of it, she loved it. She enjoyed every moment of it. We all saw a change in her in just 6 days that we were there during that retreat. And some of
Mhm.
the comments that we've gotten back from the women who have come and joined us, like Joanne and Gerald, and just like two
Wendy,
sisters.
our lovely
Wendy,
friends.
yes,
Yes.
Wendy has come on every retreat. Fabulous. She's coming with me to Sicily soon. And I just know that if you come, you will return a new person, a new
Mhm.
woman. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Yes.
We do fun stuff too.
Mhm. And we're delightful, damn it.
Yes.
That's right.
Hey, Lorraine, don't forget, it's time for us to schedule our Lifeline screening appointments. They're 5 simple tests to help us keep on top of our heart and bone health, which is important for women over 45.
Yes, Lifeline Screening has been the premier provider of preventative health screening for over 30 years. In that time, over 10 million people have had screenings to detect their risk of stroke, cardiovascular disease, and other chronic illnesses. Lifeline Screening can provide meaningful benefits for your body and mind, and that's why they're committed to delivering accurate results and recommendations that could give you a healthier advantage in your everyday life, such as early detection of serious conditions, prevention of disease progression, peace of mind so you can enjoy life, savings with more affordable screenings, and no insurance required.
Yep, and don't forget, by using the link in the show notes of this episode, you get a special offer available to Girlish Gurus listeners, so make sure and schedule your appointment.
Get peace of mind now. Here's to your good health. So, all right, I think the UCLA study we've covered that. What I wanted to get to was the psychological benefits of strong female friendships. Again, we'll link everything, but this is from an article called Women Lifting Women: The Psychological Benefits of Female Friendships from Modern Minds. We will link to that. So, female friendships, like we said before, offer emotional strength, reassurance, encouragement. Here are some of the things, the real benefits. They lower stress and anxiety. Obviously, talking to a trusted friend helps to regulate your emotions, ease worries, and provide comfort in difficult times. I know for me that is so true. And I know for us, both you and I have things going on in our lives that are causing us a little bit of stress and anxiety. And whenever we get together, we're like sounding boards for each other. And it's like our therapy sessions. So I know that it helps every time we
Well,
do
I
it.
have leaned on you heavily in the last 2 years as we've lost parents and things have happened,
Hmm.
and here on my side. And so, yeah, you're not just my business BFF. You're one of my
Yeah.
tight inner circle, and I
Yeah.
rely on that. Yeah,
And back at you. I
that's
mean,
right.
I just we could talk for hours and drink lots of coffee.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I always feel better after,
Me
always.
too.
Yeah,
Always.
always. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which leads to increased happiness. That's another psychological effect. Spending time with close female friends releases those feel good hormones, like we talked about, boosting overall mood and life satisfaction. So, girlfriends, take the time to get together, whether a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, a walk somewhere, take in a movie with then a little bit of a chat before or after, and just spend some of that time together, really. Um, it boosts confidence and self worth. Encouragement from your female friends combats self-doubt and helps women believe in their strengths and abilities. And I know that we do that for each other. We try to do that for the women who come on our podcast as far
Mhm.
as supporting them in whatever their endeavors are, especially on social media. For many of them, that's where their business happens. That's
Right.
where they're greeting and meeting people. And I'm all about the support for women and boosting what they're doing and boosting their confidence because it can be those algorithms kill us, so it's not fun sometimes. And
Right. That's true.
yeah, and having the support of other women out there. Nobody's in competition. We're all lifting each other up.
Hmm.
Emotional resilience in tough times. These all go hand in hand. Friendships act as a safety net, offering support during breakups, career struggles, or personal challenges, like we talked about. A sense of belonging is another one. Being part of a strong friendship group fosters connection and community, reducing feelings of loneliness. So important, right? We don't want to be isolated again. Isolation leads to health conditions, and we want to live our best, healthiest, and longest lives. And I know there are women, and I know a few who prefer to be alone. I do encourage them to still have, even if it's just one or two really close friends that they can count on and get together with. I think that they'll see the benefit, even if they think they might not want to. I don't know. I just really feel that there's a need for it.
Well, that reminds me, I have seen recently this, I'm not really a meme, but this series of posts about people who are a combination of extrovert and introvert, right?
I think I'm one of them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because there's times when I just need to go off and recharge my battery, be by myself, and just turn my dial all the way down and just be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there are also times when I'm extremely social and outgoing, and that's just part of my personality. That's who I am. I wouldn't say I'm an introvert. I wouldn't say I'm an extrovert, but I'm that third one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right.
And I would say even people that are extroverts, everybody I think needs that downtime every once in a while. Obviously, you can't be living at that level of being on or being, bombarded with
Right.
everything constantly. I love my downtime too, and that's when I veg on the Real Housewives series.
Hey,
Confession time. But yeah, every once in a while, I just, I need like mindless stuff to just like entertain me.
exactly.
I
That's what
just
I
do.
do on YouTube. I watch so many YouTube channels, and that's also a way I can support women because a
Hmm.
lot of them are women driven. And you can subscribe and you can give them the likes and interact on their platforms, and that helps drive their business forward too. But I can
Yeah.
do it in my pajamas
Hmm.
from bed. And
And we
so
encourage you all to do that for Girlish
that's right.
Gurus.
Yes,
Another shameless
please.
plug.
Another shameless plug, please support our Girlish Gurus YouTube channel and our Instagram page and
Our
our podcast.
podcast. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All of it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's an easy like,
Hmm.
follow, and it does amazing things for us, believe it or not, because again,
Yes,
those algorithms are terrible.
they are. I agree.
Yeah. Also, having that friendship group provides personal growth and motivation, right? And we do that for each other too, supporting each other. We encourage each other. It's like, okay, Joy, I promise I'm going to do that reel. I'm going to do.
Yes. Well,
But we
yes.
encourage each other to do those things too.
That's
Yeah.
another thing we have going for us is that there is a unique dynamic between women. Now, women can be competitive, but at the same time, when you are with a like-minded individual like you and I are, there's no real ego there.
Mm-mm.
We are just there to make the best possible product, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Yeah.
So, personal growth and motivation, I would say, in terms of longevity and wellness and health, that's probably the number one reason to cultivate female friendships and community. But
Mhm.
personal growth and motivation, that's got to be right up there, really.
Yeah. And just the fact that with that, with the two of us, especially, we have the same passion. Like we want to inspire other women to do what we're doing, to embrace every moment, take those chances, what you have been dreaming of doing and just haven't had the nerve or the time, do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Get out there. Get your sock monkey sweater on and go do it.
Right. That's right.
Do.
Don't we do it? I did say that in the beginning before we came on. I said, these are the sock monkey colors, aren't they? I think
Loosely.
they are. That's what it reminded me of right away. Now, do they have hearts on them too, the sock monkeys?
What, sock monkeys?
Yeah, do
No.
they have a heart? No. Okay.
No.
But they
But
do
we can
have,
talk more.
okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then finally, better mental and physical health. And you can't beat that. Strong friendships are linked to lower blood pressure, reduced stress, improved overall well-being. And the emotional support from female friendships isn't just comforting, it's life enhancing.
I mean, that
Yeah.
says it all right there.
Yeah.
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 That's good stuff. Yeah. So this is why you need to go get yourself some girlfriends and start confabbing.
And if you want to be friends with us, we encourage you to follow us and share. We want to hear from you. You can email us at hello.beautiful@girlishgurus.com. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear where do you want to travel to? What kind of guests would you like to hear on the podcast? Because we have some fabulous ones already coming this
Oh my gosh,
in the
we're
next few
so
weeks.
lucky. We've had such great guests and we've got more coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And it just seems like more and more are coming and we're on a roll. I feel like we're on a roll to inspire women. So
Yeah.
yeah, we encourage you to join this community of girlish gurus and support us. We support you.
Yes. Just even comment to say hello. And that would
Yes.
be lovely. We would love it. Okay.
Yeah. So do you want to finish this episode with some pointers on how to cultivate meaningful and lasting female friendships?
I think that's a good idea because there's a lot of good tips about how you can cultivate community and friendships and etc. in this article. And so the first one being, you've got to remember it does require care, effort, and intention. And that means doing things like prioritizing time for connection. Friendships thrive on consistent effort, whether it's a weekly catch up, a quick voice note, or a shared meal. Making time for each other strengthens bonds, even in busy seasons. Small check-ins, a text, a coffee date, or a thoughtful message can keep friendships alive. And that's true. I have dear friends that I keep in contact with in little, points here and there, little texts, little Facebook or Instagram messages. And it's almost kind of like, yeah, we were never apart. We just have that little momentary connection. Hey, how are you? Everything is good. Look at this cat video where it's playing the piano or something, Yeah. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
That sort of just keeps that relationship and that connection alive. The other thing you need to do is make sure you're practicing honesty and vulnerability. Deep friendships are built on trust and authenticity. Being open about struggles, joys, and insecurities creates a safe space for connection. Vulnerability invites honesty, strengthening bonds through mutual understanding and support. This is what Brene Brown calls marble jar friends. Those friends that have put marbles in the jar. They've connected with you and built trust with you and just spent time nurturing that relationship. Mm-hmm. And every time they do, they're putting a marble in the jar. And so those are the friends that are worth their weight in gold. And you don't need a lot of them.
No.
Just a handful or one or two. And those friendships, those connections can just make all the difference in the world.
Yeah. And like you said, you said here and there you contact the friends for like a little just a hi, how you doing? But it's as if no time has passed or whatever. And I've got several friends like that. And nobody judges each other for not getting in contact sooner, or you know what I'm saying? It's
yes.
Like, it doesn't matter when. It's like, oh, so great to hear from you, and it's just like, it's like where you left off before. And it's always a welcome call. It's always, let's just be together,
catch up.
Yeah,
right.
Catch up.
Yeah, be there for you. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that is really important for women who are in our demographic, that's 45 and older. Because those early years, I would say between your 20s and your 40s, you're raising families, you're working to provide for the family, and you're establishing yourself in whatever career field you have, whatever. You are putting your time and attention into those important aspects of your life. And then you come back around to yourself when you're in your 40s. And then it's time to pick back up with those relationships and say, hey, let's reconnect. Let's go back to that original foundation and work from there and start building that community again. Because going into menopause and beyond, those friendships are critical. I did not know as much about menopause before getting to know you well. Obviously, you're a menopause focused health coach, but as I transitioned into that age and I was in a weird state with my career, my girlfriends had kind of fallen away because they were all doing the same thing. And then I met you, and not only did I gain a great friend who I love dearly, but I also got so much wonderful information from you about the journey I was taking, about perimenopause and just how to survive it. So yeah, there's something special about entering these female friendships as you are also going into menopause and you're all navigating it together. And that's also how a lot of information is now getting passed, right? Because the medical community hasn't been doing it for us. We've got to do it for ourselves. And that's what women are great at. Okay. Anyway, I could get on my soapbox about that. I will not. That's one point, though. Navigating changes and conflicts with care, that's something you got to be careful of as you are building these relationships, especially as you're getting older. Life evolves, careers shift, families grow, and priorities change, but true friendships adapt and grow. When disagreements arise, approaching them with patience, respect, and clear communication prevents unnecessary distance. And because we are older and we are more mature, we are less petty and judgmental, etc., then we're better at relationships. And women are already good at relationships, but we get better at it as we get older because we grow up, right?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, anyway. Finally, their last point is celebrating and uplifting one another. A strong friendship isn't just about support during hard times. It's also about cheering each other on. Celebrating successes without comparison fosters genuine joy and encouragement, creating a culture of empowerment instead of competition. Meaningful friendships require effort, but offer immeasurable rewards, shaping a stronger, more connected, and empowered life. Such a good article. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. High five back at you. Yes. There you go.
You know what I love? So I have my oldest daughter. I've got 3 children. Son is my oldest, and my oldest daughter is about to turn 40. So she's just approaching perimenopause years. And what I love about her and her girlfriends, and my younger daughter has her girlfriends too from college. They still see each other. As a matter of fact, I think my youngest one, they have kids the same age. They kind of get together. But Jackie lives far away from us now, right? She's in Boston. But the girls make a point, and I think there's like 6 to 8 of them, of trying to get together at least once a year. Most of the time, I think by themselves, but oftentimes with their significant others and their children, whatever. But they make a point of keeping that connection and seeing each other and celebrating, whether it's at Christmas time or in the summertime or whatever. And I love that they do that. And I love seeing the pictures when they're together and as their families grow and whatever. But I love that they have that connection and they work at it. They prioritize doing that and keeping in touch. And I hope that more women that are listening out there, or even if you're a young woman, maybe in college now, keep those connections, your young friends through the years, the new friends that you'll make. I have friends that I made while I was raising children. I have now made friends post children, especially with Joy, one of my closest friends now. You never know at what point in your life one of your closest friends will come into your life. So keep your circle open. Keep those women close to you that are already in your life. And like they said in that first part of the list of tips, got the word this time, of what to do, prioritize that time with your girlfriends.
Very important. I don't think there's any more fun, more effective, and more common sense way to promote your own well-being than to create a group of friends, whether it be a big circle or a small circle, and just nurture it and enjoy it. Because that's what it's all about, really. It's about your own health and well-being, but it's about living your best possible life. And I think quite often about that wonderful, wonderful moment where you and I were sitting in that little piazza, that little plaza in Italy,
in Florence,
Buongiorno. Yes, having that cappuccino. And that is one of my all-time favorite travel memories. And I was just sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, there you are with your cute little top, and we are in Italy. And I'm just like, look at this, me and Lorraine, you know?
We watch out, Italy. This.
That's right. Here we come. So that is a precious memory for me. And I thank you for facilitating that and making it happen. And you too can join us on a retreat and have a cappuccino memory of your own.
Yes, yes. Truly, I'm not more shameless plugs, but we really, the reason Joy and I do this, obviously, part of it is the business aspect of what we're doing now, but more importantly is because we love inspiring women. We want to encourage women really to live their best lives. And I know I can say this over and over and over again, and I don't know how many different ways, but it really is like a passionate point with me. And we love when we are on these trips with these women. And we're so looking forward to it. Like we have the one Sedona trip that's already fully booked. I love the women that are coming. I know most of them, but we have another one that's available because that one booked so quickly. And we said, well, we're in Sedona. Let's do another one. So we hope that you'll join us. We'll put the link below. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask us because we really love celebrating with you and having fun. And we get to do this with you.
I know.
Yeah.
That's just the most thrilling part is that we get to inspire and encourage women, share amazing experiences, things we're going to be doing. And we get to be ourselves along with you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be super fun. I can't wait.
And we're delightful, damn it.
That's right. That's right. We are delightful, damn it. Lorraine, I love you, honey.
I love you too.
I think we've said it all. Just make sure you go check out the extended version on our YouTube channel and, comment, like, share. Let us know what you want to see on our podcast. We'd be happy to research it. And if you know someone who would make a good guest, please let us know. Yes, absolutely.
We pass it along.
Pass it along. We appreciate all your support. And we'll see you in the next one.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
You all know we love sharing things that actually support women in this incredible stage of life. And we recently had Atessa Bradley, the founder of Standing Tall Foods, on the podcast. And we love what she and the brand stands for. Plus, we have tried the product and can vouch for the fact that it is delicious.
Right. And Standing Tall makes seasoned roasted soybeans crafted specifically for women in midlife. There are 3 delicious flavors: sea salt, chili lime, and salt and pepper. Each dry roasted to crunchy perfection. Unlike others, Standing Tall soybeans are premium, non-GMO, and sourced in North America only. And guess what? The nutrition is no joke. Each serving has 12 grams of high-quality protein, 2 grams of fiber, no sugar, and no cholesterol. Soy actually has twice the protein and half the fat of almonds.
We love that. But what we love most is the mission. Standing Tall exists to lift women up in midlife because we deserve real solutions, real nutrition, and real support.
Soy consumption is clinically linked to bone and muscle strength, heart health, fewer hot flashes, and improved skin elasticity. Soy is incredibly good for us. Standing Tall wants to make it easy for us to take charge of our health so we can live long, vibrant, and strong lives. If you want to try it, use our exclusive code, Girlish Gurus Get 15 for 15% off your first order.
We think you're going to love it.
For sure. This landmark UCLA study suggests that women respond to stress with a cascade of chemicals. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I left out something. Brain chemicals. Okay, so these, I'm going to start again. You're going to edit all of that out.
Maybe. Maybe I won't.
I thought I was so prepared. Okay. A
You are
landmark.
prepared, Lorraine. You really are.
I had my staple in the wrong spot. Okay. Okay. A landmark. That could be really dangerous.
You keep getting me, you know? Okay.
Right, stop. Okay. That was from that article. So there's a couple of nice, there's a couple of, I just had a brain fart. I'm sorry. There are, I can't think of what the word is that I want to use. Okay.
A couple of suggestions.
Tips. It was tips. It was
Oh
tips.
my God, Lorraine.
I know, really, menopause brain. Yikes. Okay. Post-menopause brain. Thanks for listening to this episode of Girlish Gurus. We hope you'll join us next time for more fun and inspiration. Be sure to check the description of this episode for links and information about the topic, and you can find us on our social media platforms starting with Instagram, Facebook, and now including YouTube. You can find us by searching Girlish Gurus, and you can also check out our website, girlishgurus.com, for more information on us, our projects, books, and our growing community.
And don't forget to download this episode, give it a good review, and share it with your girlfriends. We would also love to hear from you in the comments, because the more interaction we get, the more episodes we can post. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.